Welcome to Sports Time Machine presentation of Baseball Night in America. We're broadcasting a little bit earlier tonight as it's from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It'll be the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Chicago Cubs. Hello, everybody. As you can see, it'll be Wayne Twitchell on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies taking on Bill Bonham of the Chicago Cubs. Let's take a look at our lineup screen. Again, trying to add more finesse and see everything and know what's going on. Here's your lineups. Dave Cash will lead off at second, Larry Boa at short, Willie Montanez at first, Greg Luzinski bats fourth and left, Mike Schmidt at third, Bob Boone behind the plate, Mike Anderson in right, Alan Bannister at center, and Wayne Twitchell is your pitcher. For the Cubs, Don Kessinger is at short, Jose Cardinal in left, Bill Madlock in third, Rick Monday in center, Jose Morales in right, Pete Lecoq at first, Manny Trio at second, and on the mound and pitching will be Bill Bonham. It's Twitchell and Bonham. It's Baseball Night in America. It is the 1975 Stratomatic PC replay. Let's get to the field and get you to Wrigley Field where we'll start our early game coverage. As we'll switch to the TV coverage of today's game. Hopefully, everyone enjoys themselves. As you're watching, please like and please subscribe as you can. I do appreciate all not coming and able to do everything that they're able to do. Well, let's get to the field and get you. And we're all set. Wrigley Field, where we'll start our. All right, looks like we're all set. The field has taken place. Let's go ahead and jump to the. Let's look at the Cub defensively. It's Cardinal, Monday, Morales, all really good in the outfield, all above average arms, and defense ratings are really good. Madlock and Kessinger on the left, a little bit below average. Trio and then Lecoq. Trio is really good. Trio is about a below average, and Lecoq is pretty bad. Swisher behind the plate, above average arm. Okay, defensively on the mound is Bill Bonham, kind of below average on the defensive rating. So far on the year, he's 0-1, 12.91 ERA, 15 hits over 8 innings, 10 walks, and 6 strikeouts. He'll pitch to contact. He'll have his issues pitching. D. Scott Howard is here, the Goat Whisperer. How you doing, Mr. D. Scott, from the West Coast of me? Here at Wrigley Field, we have singles that are 1 to 10, lefty right-handed, right-handed. They are 1 to 15, lefty righty, so we'll always play to the hitters. For the Phillies, again, it's going to be Cash, Boa, Montanez, Luzinski, Schmidt, Boone, Anderson, Bannister, and Twitchell. Play ball from Wrigley Field. On the mound is Bill Bonham. So Bonham waits. He gets the sign. First pitch of the ball game to Dave Cash. Cash, it's a line drive in the gap. That'll split the rights. Cash will have a double to lead it off. So a leadoff double so the Phillies start off hot. As you can tell on the statistics screen, the Phillies came in with an 8-2 record, first place in the NL East, while the Cubs are so far at 500 and 5-5. Here's Boa hitting .383, no homers, 11 RBIs. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham from the stretch. Runner on second, nobody out. Pitch to Boa. And at the ground ball to first, Lecoq takes it himself, and Cash will go ahead and go to third with 1 out. Board, welcome to Wrigley Field. And now here is Willie Montanez hitting .333, a home run and 10 runs batted in. Left-handed bat against Bonham. Infield playing back for the Cubs. Cubs willing to give up the early run. From the stretch is Bonham to Willie Montanez. And that will be a walk to Montanez, and Bonham's high whip is definitely costing him here. First and third, 1 out for Greg Luzinski. Luzinski hitting .333, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. So from the stretch, here's the pitch to the bowl. And that's a hit by pitch for Luzinski. He'll shake it off. He'll go to first, and the bases are now loaded. Holy cow. Bases loaded. One out for Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt just becoming a superstar. Hit 249, 38 home runs, 95 RBI, stole 29 bases. This season, he's hitting 167, one home run, and 5 RBI. So he's about to make some noise here. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And there it is. Deep fly ball, right center field. It could be, and it is a grand slam for Mike Schmidt. Open up the deli. It's a grand salami for Schmidt, and the Phillies quickly jump on top 4-0. Holy cow, what a start that is. And now the Cubs are going to need someone out of this bullpen. It's gotten ugly here in Wrigley. Boy, that didn't take long. Do the Cubs have someone who could come in and eat some innings for them? Will be the question. They got guys who can start. That's not a problem. I guess you're not gonna go with your closer here, Russell. Yeah, they got guys who will give them 30+ starts during the season, but do they have anyone who can give them positive? Ooh, man, he may have to eat a starter. So 4-0, kaboom, and here we go. Here's Bob Boone. Boone steps up, 205, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Bonham from the stretch, from the windup. Here's the pitch to Boone, and that's ground ball. The second hit at trio. It eat him up and threw him out for the second out of the inning. And here's Mike Anderson hitting 240, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham looks in. Here's the windup to Anderson, and a ground ball is short. So Bonham gives in salami. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Phillies 4, Cubs coming up the bat. And now for the Phillies, it's Luzinski, Bannister, and Anderson. Anderson is a Gold Glove outfielder with a definite arm. The problem is Luzinski and Bannister are both awful in left and center. So this could be a wild game. Around the infield, Michael Jack Smith, a young up and coming third baseman. Boa at short, again, high E ratings, but Cash and Montanez again, excellent fielder, Gold Glove possibility. So the Phillies have a lot of good ball players on the field defensively. Boone behind the plate with above average arm, and on the mound is Wayne Twitchell, very poor fielder, and doesn't hold runners on. For Twitchell on the season, 1-1, 4.61 ERA. In 14 innings, he's given up 15 hits, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Has yet to give up a home run. Twitchell looks in for the 41, 3 doubles and 2 ribbies. Here's a pitch from Wayne Twitchell. And that's a ground ball to third. Hit at Schmidt. Let's see if he comes up with it. Goes up and throws. Got him. 1 away. Good throw by Schmidt. Now here's Jose Cardinal hitting 381, 2 homers and 7 RBIs. Twitchell looks in, gets the windup, and here's the pitch to Cardinal. And that's a strikeout for Wayne Twitchell. 2 away. And there's the third baseman, Bill Madlock, hitting 390, 2. Twitchell, the windup. Here's the pitch to Bill Madlock. And that's a walk to Madlock, so he's on base. Now we'll see if Madlock wants to run your down. And there he goes. He's going. Not in time. Madlock will steal second base. You better steal that or you're on your way back to the showers. Madlock steals with 2 outs. And now here, 1 no homers, 4 RBIs. He needs a big hit here to get the Cubs on the board. Boom, here's the pitch to Monday. And Monday, a base hit for Monday. Madlock will score. So the Madlock steal will pay 4-1. RBI, Rick Monday. Here's Jose Morales hitting 268. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Boone sets the target. Twitchell from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Jose. Second. Cash goes to first. Retires aside. Cubs get 1. We played 1. 4-1 Phillies. And now it's time for Alan Bannister, young-looking outfielder. They only had 61 at-bats for the Phillies during the season, followed by Twitchell and Cash. So Bannister waits. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham with the windup. Here's the pitch to Bannister. And that's a strikeout for Bonham. There's one away. Here is one this season. Swisher puts down the target. Bonham looks in and the windup to the fellow pitcher. And that's a base hit for Twitchell. Gets it off the pitcher's card. And it brings up Cash. Doubled and scored on the Schmidt grand slam in the first. Swisher sets. Bonham from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cash. And that's a strikeout from Bonham, 2 away. So now here's Larry Boa, 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Swisher puts down the target. Bonham from the stretch in the pitch. Side to right field. Morales at the track makes the catch. And the side is retired. Phillies strand 1. We go to the bottom of the second. The secret square is Pete Lecoq. Bottom of the second coming up. 4-1 Phillies. So here's Pete Lecoq, 24 at-bats with the Cubbies, 1 triple home run, 4 runs batted, and will bat left-handed against Twitchell. Boone puts down the sign. Twitchell looks in. The windup to Pete Lecoq. All 6s, and that is a base hit for Lecoq. He gets on base. So now Lecoq is on. Not much speed. Brings up the 251 home run, 2 ribbies. Boone sets the target. Twitchell from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. The pitch to Trio. And pop the second. Cash waits for it. Makes the catch. And Lecoq has the hold. Here is Steve Swisher, father of Nick. Hit 200. No home runs, 3 RBIs, a couple doubles. Swisher is a switch hitting catcher. Or he's a right-handed hitting catcher against Twitchell. Twitchell from the stretch and the pitch to Steve. Ball is short. Boa, that could turn 2 if he does. No, it's not in his glove. He takes it and throws it over Martinez's head as it bounces up against the wood boards. Swisher will move to second, and Boa has an E6. Second and third, 1 out, and the Cubs got something going, and it's Bill Bonham, good hitting pitcher, 183, 6 runs batted him. Well, not much on the card. Second and third, 1 out. Let's see if Bonham can help himself here. Boone sets second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball to second. Hit at Cash. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. Everyone, whoa, they played the infield in, I guess. And that will save a run. So the Phillies decide to go really aggressive. Second and third, 2 outs for Don Kessinger. Kessinger's first time up is 0 for 1. Kessinger is a switch hitter, and he'll bat from the left-hand side. Left-hand side, a little better side against Twitchell. Twitchell from the stretch, Kessinger. And that's a strikeout for Kessinger, and the Cubs leave 2. Let's head to the top of the third. Phillies 4, Cubs 1. And now here's Willie Martinez. He'll lead off for the Phillies here in the third, followed by Luzinski and Schmidt. Martinez 0 for 0, walked his first time up, scored on the slam. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham looks in, and the wind up to Martinez, and he hits a shot to left wall, opposite field, ringing double for Willie Martinez. So now here's Greg Luzinski, hit by a pitch his first time up. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham from the stretch. Runner on second, nobody out. Pitch to Luzinski. And Luzinski hits a drive. The deep left center field. Back goes Cardinal. Oh, he made a catch. Cardinal robbed him. He jumped at the ivy. Pulls it back in. Martinez scoots. Boom. Run 1 to 15. 18 shows on the 20. Robbed by Cardinal. So now here's Schmidt with 1 out. What a defensive play by Cardinal. Swisher puts down the target. Bonham from the stretch. Runner on second and one out. The pitch to Schmidt. And Schmidt struck him out. Bonham with a quick strikeout, two away. And now here's Boone. He's 0 for 1. Father of the idiot in New York. Swisher puts down the target. Bonham from the stretch. Runner on second. And that's a walk to Boone. And we got 2 on and 2 out for Mike Anderson. So Anderson, the batter, 0 for 1. Let's see if the Phillies can add something extra here. Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham from the stretch. First and second, 2 out. Pitch to Anderson. Struck him out, and Bonham gets out of the third. Phillies strand 2. We go to the bottom of third. It's 4-1 Phils. Now it's going to be Jose Cardinal, followed by Bill Madlock and Rick Munn. Third, the Cubs 1 run on 2 hits. Twitchell steps up, looks in, gets a sign. He went out 134 innings this season, so Twitchell's not going to give you a full plethora of innings. He can give you up to 5. Wow, Philly's going to have a bullpen for him. Boone sets the target. Twitchell with the windup, pitch to Cardinal, and base hit center field, Jose Cardinal. Now he can run a little bit. This could be an interesting situation. Do the Cubs try to run? Oh, not in time. Stolen base, Cardinal. Second stolen base for the Cubs today. And here's Madlock. He walked and also stole second and scored the lone run. Boom, puts down the sign. Twitchell from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Madlock. And Madlock, ground ball to second, hit at Cash. Keeps it. No, he does not keep it in front of him. He knocked it down. No play. E4 on Cash, and the Philly defense is falling apart. First and third, no outs, and the Cubbies with a shot. Home third, nobody out for Monday. 1 for 1 run scored. Monday again, a chance to do something here. Boone puts down the sign. Twitchell working from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. Pitch to Monday. And the pitch, he walks him, and Twitchell has lost everything. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Cubs. Jose Morales, the batter. Bases loaded, nobody out. Cubs trying to get back in it. Boone sets the target. Twitchell from the stretch. Bases loaded, and he struck him out on the inside corner. There's no ABS system here, and he will go back 1 away. 4-1 Phils, and now it's time for Pete Lecoq. We'll see if he knows what the secret square is, see if he can get a key hit here. 1 out in the third, bases loaded Cubbies. Twitchell from the stretch. Lecoq looking for a big hit. Twitchell from the stretch, and the pitch. Line drive caught by Martinez. He came up with it, and the bases will remain loaded. So the Cubs brings up now who would be a former Philly in the future. Manny Trio, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Right-handed bat, hits a little bit in the clutch, can find a hit. Boone puts down the sign. Twitchell from the stretch. Bases loaded. 2 out. Pitch to Trio. And it's a ground ball to first. Hit at Montanez. Does he keep in front of him? He does. Reaches to the bag, and the Cubs will leave the bases loaded. Doggies left on the pond. We play 3. It's 4-1. Wow. So far left on base. The Phillies have left 3. The Cubs have left an even dozen. Like I've said, they left more than a 3-hour tour on Gilligan's Island. 4-1 Phils leading in the fourth. 4-4-2 for the Phils. 1-3-0 for the Cubbies. Alan Bannister up. He'll be followed by Twitchell and Cash against Bonham. Swisher sets. Bonham looks in. Here's the windup to Bannister, and he ground ball the first. Lecoq will take it himself. Tells Bonham, I got it. He does, and 1 for 1 in the ball game so far. Swisher sets. Bonham looks in, and the windup to him. And that's going to be struck him out. Twitchell on the inside corner. That's just unfair to throw a pitcher that pitch. Struck him out looking. 2 outs, and now here's Dave Cash. 2 outs in the fourth. 1 for 2 with a double. Bonham, 229 innings pitched. Probably can give the Cubs the 7 innings they need from him right now. He has Swisher sets. Bonham from the windup. Here's a pitch to Cash. And that's a fly ball left field. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Cardinal hauls it in. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. It's Phillies 4, Cubs 1. And now it's Swisher, Bonham, and Kessinger to bat here in the fourth. 4-4-2 for the Phillies. 1-3-0 for the Cubbies. Boone puts down the sign. Twitchell looks in. Wind up to Steve Swish. Twitchell swinging one away. Here's Bill Bonham now. 0-for-1. Bonham comes up. Boone sets the target. Twitchell with the windup, the pitch to Bonham. And that's a pop up the third. Schmidt will wait for it to come down, make the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's Donnie Kessinger. He's 0-for-2 so far. Boone sets the target. Twitchell looks in. Wind up the Kessinger. And that's a walk. So Twitchell, like Bonham, has some high whip issues. And Kessinger will be on base. Cubs have stolen 2 bases today. Probably not. Kessinger's something he's going to do. Not a does not get the lead, gets picked way too often, so he's not going anywhere. And they will let him hold. So Montanez will play off the bat. Cardinal up, he's 1-for-2. Twitchell from the stretch, and the pitch to Cardinal. Fly ball left field. Luzinski, this is not Greg Wheels Luzinski, is it? And he does. Greg Wheels Luzinski, right from the RJL network of 4 defense, came up with the play. We played 4 here at Wrigley. It's 4-1 Phils. What a play by Luzinski. 4-4-2 for the Phils. 1-3-0 for the Cubbies here in the top of the 5th. Boa followed by Montanez and Luzinski here in the 5th. Swisher sets. Bonham looks in. Wind up the Boa. And that's going to be a catch X behind the plate. Swisher waits for it, makes the catch, and there's 1 out here in the 5th. So now here's Willie Montanez, 1-for-1 with a double. On the sign, Bonham looks in. He had a double his last time up the pitch. There's a liner caught by Trio. Not much of a chance there, and there's 2 away. And now here's the man, Mr. Luzinski. He made a great defensive play, was robbed of a home run his last time up. Swisher sets, Bonham looks in, the windup to Luzinski, and struck him out. Actually, let the ball go foul ball. Luzinski struck him out swinging. The bottom of the 5th here in Wrigley, it's Phillies 4, Cubs 1. 4-4-2 for the Phillies, 1-3-0 for the Cubbies. Here's Madlock. He'll be followed by Monday and Morales, the bat for the Cubs. Boone sets the target. Twitchell looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Madlock. He could be tired this inning. Fly ball to left. Luzinski again comes in under it. Does he make the play again? He does. 2 fantastic plays by G. So Greg Luzinski, not out there for his fielding, has made 2 fantastic plays. 2 outs, that is 1 out here in the 5th. And here's Monday. 1-for-1 so far with the RBI. If you asked me, Greg Luzinski would make 2 fielding plays today, I would tell you you're crazy. Boone sets the target. Twitchell with the wind-up pitch to Monday, and ground ball to short, picked up by Boa, throws him out, and there's 2 outs. Morales, he's 0-for-2. Morales steps up with 2 outs in the 5th. 4-1 Phils. Unbelievable. Boone puts down the target. Twitchell looks in. The wind up to Morales, and that's a drive to deep left center field. That could be trouble up against the wall. Morales around first. He'll scoot in the second, standing with a double. A ringing double for Jose Morales. Runner, I think that's Jose. That could be Jerry Morales. I'm sorry. Morales family, I believe that is Jerry. Jerry Morales, my fault. Jose played for the Twins. Runner on second is Jerry Morales. Bottom of the second, 2 out, and again the secret square. Pete Lecoq, 1 for 2 so far. He needs to get himself a big hit here for the Cubs, trying to get him going here. Boone sets the target. Twitchell from the stretch, runner on second, 2 out, pitch to Lecoq, and line drive caught by Cash, laid out and made a nice play. We go to the 6th. It's 4-1 Phil. 1-4-0 for the Cubbies. Top of the 6th. So now Michael Jack Schmidt comes up, responsible for the grand slam back in the first inning. It'll be Schmidt followed by Boone and Anderson against Bonham in the 6th. Swisher sets. Bonham looks in. Wind up to Michael Jack Schmidt. Fly ball left field. Cardinal, a little better fielder. And he puts the glove up and makes the catch. Good job. And now here's Bob Boone, father of the idiot in New York. And there's one out here in the 6th. I'm sorry, the father of the puppet in New York. Does that sound better? Swisher puts down the sign. Bonham looks in, 1 out in the 6th. Here's the pitch to Boone. And that's a strikeout for Boone as Bonham gets him swinging. 2 outs in the 6th. And here's Mike Anderson, 0 for 2. 2 outs in the 6th. 4-1 ball game Phils. Swisher sets. Bonham looks in with an 0 for 2 so far. Ground ball to short, hit at Kessinger, comes up throwing, got him, and that is a quick 6th inning for Bill Bonham in the 6th. 4-1 Phils heading to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Wrigley. So 4-1 here. Again, what we'll probably do is move 2 days out in advance, and possibly, depending on night game tonight, we may come back later on in a late nighter. We'll see how things go. If not, we'll try to be back here again. Bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Phillies. This was the projected game I wanted to play today. Get these guys on the channel. Trio, Swisher, and probably a pinch hitter for Bonham in the 6th, which is a shame. Bonham has calmed down, but the Cubbies need some offense. Boone sets the target. Twitchell looks in. Here's a windup to Trio. And that's a strikeout for Twitchell and 1 away. Here is Steve Swisher. He's 0 for 2. Boone sets. Twitchell looks in. 1 out in the 6th. Here's out for Twitchell. So he's got 2 quick strikeouts here. He has walked 3 and struck out 6. And let's see if the Cubs here in the 6th inning, do they let him sit out there? Question is, they don't have a lot of known guys who want to hit. Let's see, or want to play. Did they go to Hosley? Let's see who's had the most at bats. I guess that would be the backup catcher George Middlewall, but he's definitely not set up for their 62 at bats. Ooh, 1975 Chicago Cubbies, huh? All right, let's see. Let's look at it real quick. Let's see who batted this day in history. Give me 1 second. We'll go ahead and eyeball this eye candy. 4/22/1975. Give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and peekaboo at this really quick and see if I can hear. All right, give me 1 second here. So April 22nd, 1975 MLB. Let's see what we can tell about this day. Give me there we go. First day of the ball game. Let's see who won this game and what kind of conditions we had here. Phillies beat the Cubs 7-5. Only 6,000 showed up in Wrigley. So you're one of the few that showed up. Twitchell over Bonham. Cubs must use some pinch hitters. See, Oscar Zamora, Cox, Heiser. There's Heiser. Locker, I don't even know on my roster. And Vic Harris. I may go to Heiser here. Let's see. Bonham went 5 1/3, followed by Wilcox, the former Tiger, Ben. Then Bob Locker, I'm not sure he's even on the roster, and Oscar Zamora. So let's go to Heiser here. This was a Gene Garber team. So let's see here. We'll go to Greg Heiser. He will swing the bat here. And yeah, he's probably the better option I have on this roster anyway against Twitchell. So Heiser will swing. Heiser is been up 3 times with an RBI, left-handed hitter. Twitchell looks in, and the windup from Twitchell to Heiser, and walked him. So Heiser's on base. There you go. So Cubs get a base runner with 2 outs, brings up Kessinger, which hitter batting from left side, 0 for 2 with a walk. Boone sets the target. Twitchell from the stretch. 4-1 Phillies and the swing. Ground ball to second. Hit at Cash. Can he make the play? No, he can't. Cash cannot make the play. Third error of the ball game for the Phillies. And the Cubs bring the tying run to the plate. Holy cow. Holy cow, as they say. Now the Cubs bring up Jose Cardinal. And now the Phillies. Gene Garber gives him 3 innings, 110. Do they go for him? Now's the question. Ooh, Ron Schuler in 93 innings. He's in there to get a righty out. So they'll call out Ron. They'll call out Ron Schuler. Twitchell again was only a 5. So here we go. Schuler will come out. 3 innings work, 2 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Cardinal doesn't care. He's a good hitter both ways. That season he did perform. So we'll see what happens. Schuler from the stretch. 2 on, 2 out. Big chance here. And the swing, ground ball to third. Schmidt got it. Goes over to first. Retires the side. We'll go to the 7th. It's 4-1 Phillies. So being a 4R, 38 innings of work. Let's go and get him some innings. Milt Wilcox. 1.50 ERA. He's gone 6 innings. He's been abused out of the bullpen. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2. So Wilcox will come in for the Cubbies here in the 7th. 4-4-3 for the Phillies. 1-4-0 for the Cubs. Oh, I did not know that. I wish I have that somewhere. I used to have stuff that gave me the game of the week that Demos was doing. I was able to help them, gave me the exact TV schedules, but for some reason they took that out of there. And now you found something with weather, which is great. I love to read about what the weather would have been that. So do you have a particular spot you find that in, Ben, or was that in Baseball Reference I maybe just missed? Top 7, 4-4-3, 1-4-0 for the Phillies. Bannister will be followed by Schuler and Cash. So this could be a one and done for Schuler. Let's see. Swisher behind the plate gives a sign to Milt Wilcox. Righty matchup. And the pitch, ground ball to second. Trios got it, throws them out, and there's 1 out in the 7th. So here's Ron Schuler. Schuler on the year got up 13 times. It won the game. Maybe you could get him through the 7th. That way Garber can only give him 2 innings. Swisher sets. Wilcox with the windup. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout to Schuler, and there's 2 outs here in the 7th. Here's Dave Cash. Boy, he's had a bad day defensively. 1 for 3 with a double. Swisher sets. Wilcox looks in. Wind up from Milt Wilcox and pop to short. Good job for Milt Wilcox. Get up and stretch here in Chicago. I don't sing. Take me out to the ball game. Harry's going to have to think to the bottom of the 7th. 4-4-3 for the Phillies. 1-4-0 for the Cubbies. Oh, okay. Got to look that up. Extreme Weather Watch. Bottom of 7, 4-4-3, 1-4-0. Let's see who else is here. All right. Madlock followed by Monday and Jerry Morales against Ron Schuler. All righties. This is what I do here. Schuler looks in. 4-1 Phils. Here's the pitch to Madlock. And base hit Madlock. Boy, one of the true great hitters in baseball history. But never will get the recollection, never had always the great number of hits. But boy, what a hitter. Madlock on at first, led the league in hitting probably that season too, hit 350. Runner on first, nobody out. Here's Rick Monday. So Monday sets up. On deck is Morales. Boone sets the target. Schuler And Monday, liner Cash this time steps in front of it, played him perfectly. And Matlock had a hold. 1 out in the 7th. Here's Jerry Morales. Doubled his last time up, hitting 273 on the season, a home run and 7 ribbies. Boone sets the target. Schuler from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Pitch to Jerry. And that's a fly ball to the left. Luzinski is there. He'll make that one easy enough. And there's 2 away. And now here is Pete Lecoq. So Pete here again with 2 outs. Hasn't done the job. He's left a lot of runners in scoring position, hitting 259, a home run, and 4 runs batted in, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Boone sets the target. Schuler from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. And that's a ground ball to short. Hit it at Boa. Does he make the play? Got him this time. Throws him out. And the 7th inning is over. We go to the 8th. 4-1 Phils. 4-4-3 for the Phillies. 1-5-0 for the Cubbies. So now it will be Larry Boa, followed by Montanez and the 8th against. We'll keep Milt Wilcox out there. He's done a good job. So Boa will hit. Now, the stuff on Milt Wilcox card against a lefty is not good. So 2 lefties here and then all righties. That is a problem, I think. Let's see. Bob Locker is here in this team. Let's see. Do they go to their bullpen? Let's go to Frailing. Frailing will come in with the 2 lefties coming out. Frailing, no record, 9.95 ERA, 6 innings of work, 10 hits, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Yikes. Has not pitched well so far, obviously. So now he'll pitch to Boa, now going over to the right side, then Montanez and Luzinski. Swisher puts down the sign. Frailing with the pitch to Boa. And base hit Boa. Boy, he hit him hard no matter what. Boa's on at first with nobody out. Here's Montanez, 1 for 2 with a double. And now Swisher puts down the sign. Frail pitch to Montanez. And that's a double play ball. Hit the trio. The Kessinger, the Lecoq. 4-6-3 double play. Big double play for the Cubbies here in the 8th. And now here is Greg Luzinski. 0 for 2 with the run scored. Swisher sets the target. Frailing with the windup and pitch to Luzinski. And he's a drive in the gap for a base hit. Cardinal cut it off. Luzinski will stop at first. And the Phillies with a base runner with 2 outs in the 8th. And steps up to the plate. Swisher sets the target. Frailing looks in from the stretch and the pitch. And that's a strikeout for Frailing. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-1 Phillies. 4-6-3 for the Phillies. 1-5-0 for the Cubs. So now the Cubs trying to get back in this. 2 innings of work. Does Schuler want to stay out there? Trio, Swisher, and a pinch hitter for the pitcher. 545. Boone puts down the shine. Schuler looks in the windup here. And that's a strikeout for Schuler. He's done a nice job in relief. Here's Swisher. Cubs may go get him now. George Minimal, oh, he's a lefty killer. I don't want to do that. No other catchers I'd want. So Swisher will stay in there. Boone sets the target. Schuler with a windup to Swisher. And that's a ground ball to short. Boa's got it. Throws them out. And there's 2 quick outs. And a pinch hitter for Frailing for the will go to Will Harris. I think Harris did get a spot. You know what? Let's go with it. We'll go to Hosley here. A spot normally he probably wouldn't hit. Tim Hosley. He's 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout. Batting right-handed, likes right-handed pitching. Schuler from the windup. Here's the pitch to Hosley. And he struck him out. We go to the 9th inning. It's 4-1 favor of the Cubs. So new pitcher will be Bob Watt. The Cubs here heading to the top of the 9th. So top 9. And the Phillies lead it 4-1. 4-6-3 for the Phillies. 1-5-0 for the Cubs. Boone, followed by Anderson and Bannister, batting for the Phillies here. Let's see who's on the Philly. With Boone only 200 and some odd at bats tells me they had a catcher on this team. Boone, no, he wouldn't be. Jim Essien. Ooh, they got backup catcher, but they all suck. God, Boone, 289 at bats, unless they get Tim McCarver at some point during the season. But boy, they don't got catchers I want to pull. So let's go ahead and bring Boone out. 0 for 2 for the walk. He'll bat against Locker. Locker comes in on the year, 4.50 ERA. Locker looks in, gets the sign, and the pitch to Booney. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Monday makes the play, and there's one out here in the ninth. And here's Mike Anderson. 247. I'm not taking out his defense and right, so he'll stay in the game. Swisher puts down the sign. Locker looks in the windup to Mike Anderson. And it's a line drive to short. Good play, 2 outs. And here's Bannister again. 2 outs. Now, Bannister with only 61 at bats, and not to abuse him. Somebody else here, and that could be. Let's see who would be the logic here. Oh, he's a 4-2. Yikes. Ollie Brown. No, he becomes a 4 in center. God, when they put the best player out, they put the best player out. So we'll bring a great pinch hitter, Jay Johnstone. He'll swing and go to center field, just the same defensively as Bannister. Johnstone's been up 11 times, a triple and an RBI, hitting 450. Puts down the sign. Locker with the windup and the pitch. And that's a ground ball to first. Hit at Lecoq. That's a tough play. Does he get to it? He does. He pitches it over to Locker and gets the final out. Good job there. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Phillies 4, Cubs 1. Last chance for the Cubs. So Johnson will stay out, play center. And Ron Schuler has been absolutely dynamic. Will come out the ball game. It'll be Gene Garber. Garber 9 ERA, 5 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, giving up a home run. Has not been his lockdown self. He will pitch to Kessinger, Cardinal, and Madlock, top of the order for the Cubs in the bottom of the ninth inning. Kessinger, 600 at bats, will bat. Boone puts down the sign. Garber looks in the windup to Kessinger. And that's a walk to Kessinger. And here come the Cubbies after last night's amazing game of 15 innings. We're looking at another possibility here. Here's a Cardinal. Boone sets the target. Garber from the stretch. Run first, nobody out. Pitch to him. And that's a line drive. This time it's caught by Schmidt. He flagged it down on a nice diving play. 1 away in the ninth. Here's Madlock. He's 1 for 3 at the run scored. Boone sets. Garber looks in. He pitches usually from a side position to sidewinder. Here's the pitch to Madlock. And that's a pop to second. Cash is there. 2 outs for the Phillies here in the ninth. Cubs down to the last Rick Monday. 1 for 3 at the RBI. Jerry Morales on deck. Boone sets. Garber looks to lock down a save for the Fighting Phils. Garber looks. The pitch to Monday. And pop to short. This should do it. Boa makes the catch. And ball game. The Philadelphia Phillies defeat the Chicago Cubs by 4-1. So the winning Wayne Twitchell goes 5 2/3. Ron Schuler, third innings, 1 hit. There wasn't even holds back then, but he gets one. Garber goes a clean inning, gets his first save. Bonham takes the loss. He's 0-2, went 6 innings, 4 runs, 4 earned. Not exactly a bad inning. Wilcox pitched well. Frailing wasn't bad, and Locker had a good last inning. The Phillies go to 9-2, stay in first place. The Cubs go to 5-6. Not many people here at the old ballpark at Wrigley Field. The Phillies beat the Cubs 4-1. All the runs they needed by Michael Jack Schmidt, and Wayne Twitchell did the rest. He pitched really well, getting the win, and then the rest of the Philly bullpen locked it down. Let's go ahead 2 days and see what our next matchup will be. And depending on the evening and when we'll come back, I'm hoping we have to come back. It's going to be an April 25th date, new set of games. So let's go ahead and autoplay the 23rd and 24th of the month. Tiger 4, Cubbies 5, Phillies 2, Pittsburgh 9, Montreal 3, St. Louis 3, Mets 2, Baltimore 3, Milwaukee 1, Cincinnati 8, Atlanta 3, Oakland 7, Kansas City nothing, Dodgers 4, Padres 2. Doubleheader action. It was the Giants sweeping the Astros 8 and 4 nothing, while the California Angels defeated the Rangers 5-3. Let's do the and play again. I want to go to 2 games fast forward because then I could probably get more out of the season, make it fun. On the docket of April 24th, 1975, the Twins beat the White Sox 8-7. Royals over the A's 2-1. Cubs over the Phillies 1-0. Reds over the Braves 2-0. Dodgers 6, Padres 5. Astros 6, Giants 2. And the Angels over the Rangers 8-3. Must be a lot of weather problems. They should be playing. But this is going to be it. We'll see what game is played. We have 9 games on the schedule. Mets in Montreal, we've seen the Mets. Cardinals and Cubs, we just saw the Cubs. Braves and Padres, we've seen the Braves. Boston is playing Detroit. We've seen Detroit. White Sox and Royals. I believe we saw the White Sox earlier, probably around opening day. Reds were on opening day against the Astros. They're not playing in Houston. Playing the Giants in a key game. When's the last time we saw the Dodgers? I believe the Reds play the Dodgers on opening night. I don't think we've seen the Giants yet. The Oakland Athletics we have seen, and Phillies and Pirates. So we've seen everybody. So now let's look at the best pitching matchup or the matchup that affects the baseball race here. We may go to the Dodgers and the Giants, which would be Andy Messersmith and Mike Caldwell. Again, there's no Tigers on the schedule, which again sounds really weird. They're either possible. Let's look ahead to the 26th. I'm just curious where this weather this late in the year. The Indians and Orioles are playing a 20-night doubleheader on that Saturday. And the Tigers are not even. Oh, yeah. Boston's playing the Tigers. So they must have rained them out on. Oh, yeah. Boston's playing Detroit. Tiant and Lolich. All right. That'll be why. So they're playing the weekend series. And the Indians and Orioles are playing a twin bill. So best pitching matchup to me, we could go Boston Detroit. That is Tiant and Lolich. Lolich was just on the mound on a game with us. Let's go back to Dodgers and the Gigantes. Andy Messersmith and Mike Caldwell, the former Brewer, who I always loved. He was a Yankee killer all the time. So we'll set that one in stone. That'll be the game. Hopefully we can get back to you tonight. If not, definitely tomorrow. Trying to get one game in a day. Want to keep this replay going and show strong signs. So, folks, if you have not been here before, please subscribe. Please like. Do appreciate you all. Ben, thank you. D. Scott Howard, thank you for Goat Whispering here tonight. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys another night. We'll talk to you again. Thank you once again for being here for an exciting night of Stratomatic Baseball 1975 replay, and have a very good rest of your day. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. There it is.